It is my great pleasure to participate in this wonderful conference on transmutation. Transmutation is a very beautiful word. Originally, it was used by the alchemists, and the meaning of the word is to transform something for the better, change for the better, changing base metal into gold. Now, base metal and gold are metaphors. Anything what is not so good, not so great, transforming that into something wonderful is transmutation. At this moment, we all need to be alchemists. We need to change for the better. And in order to bring that change for the better, you who are participating in this conference, who have business background for entrepreneurship, you can be the engine of that transmutation, that change for the better. At this moment, human beings see themselves as separate from nature. Now we would like to transmute this idea that we are separate from nature into an idea that we are part of nature. In fact, we are nature. We are made of the same elements as everything else. The trees, the animals, the mountains, birds, insects, and humans. We are all made of earth, air, fire, water. We are also made of consciousness. Everything is conscious. Nature is intelligent. Nature is a living organism. So the moment we realize that we are nature, then we will know that what we do to nature, we do to ourselves. If we pollute the water, we have to drink it. We have to pollute the air, we have to breathe it. And by drinking polluted water and breathing polluted air, we will be making ourselves unwell and sick. So humanity cannot have a good health on a sick planet. So unity of nature and humans is the first transmutation that we need. In order to have this great transformation, great turning, we need to have a new trinity for our time. As in French Revolution, there was a trinity of égalité, liberté, and fraternité. But that trinity is now out of date because that's a very human trinity. It's about human liberty, human equality, and human fraternity. We want a new holistic trinity. And I would like to propose to this conference that we have a new trinity of soil, soul, and society. Soil represents nature because everything comes from the soil. The trees we see are soil transformed. The fruit, delicious fruit we eat is soil transformed. All the food, potatoes and grains and vegetables we eat, they are all soil transformed. The clothes we wear, soil transformed. The wood with which we build our houses is soil transformed. So soil is a true representative of nature. And if the soil is not good heart, then our food will not be in good heart. And so looking after the soil, that means looking after nature, natural world. At the moment, the economists think of nature as a resource for the economy. I would like a great transmutation in this idea. I would like to suggest that nature is not simply or merely a resource for the economy. Nature is a source of life itself. Now, the moment we realize that nature is the source of life itself, we will have a new attitude towards nature. We will not have this attitude that we have to control nature, we have to conquer nature. Nature is almost like our enemy, and so we have to have war against nature. We have to make peace with nature. because we are nature. Nature is not there to be conquered. Nature is there to be lived in harmony. The moment we can live in harmony with the forests and the lakes and the oceans and the mountains and the animals and the humans, we can create a new worldview. And that new worldview is worldview based in this soil. That soil is a source of life. Nature is a source of life. And we are an integral part of this natural world. So make peace with nature. So the way we are cutting down the rainforest is like war against nature. The way we treat our animals in factory farms, thousands and thousands of animals in factory farms where animals never see the light of the day for whole of their life. That cannot be a good way to bring animals into our life. And so making peace with animals, making peace with forests, making peace the entire natural world is my first trinity, soil. But then, how that can be done without soul? We also have to have soul qualities cultivated and developed. Compassion, kindness, love, generosity. These are the soul qualities. At the moment, we are only developing the physical and the intellectual qualities of how to be clever, how to invent new technology, how to be great scientists. Knowledge is good. Knowledge is necessary. But heart is also important. Head and heart together make the real transmutation. At the moment, our society and our world is emphasizing much more the head quality. All our universities and colleges and schools are educating our children to cultivate the head, cultivate the ideas and develop the head. That is good, but that's not enough. We need to cultivate our heart qualities. That is the soul qualities. So when we have a heart is where we have feelings, we have understanding, we have a consciousness, we have a love, we have a respect, we have a magnanimity, we have responsibility, we have a kind of sense of unity. Those qualities are the soul qualities. And we have to take care of ourselves. Quite often, we don't take care of ourselves as we don't take care of the earth and forests and lakes and the soil. We also don't take care of ourselves. We put down ourselves. We say, I'm not good enough. I'm not very intelligent enough. I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't sing. I can't paint. I can't dance. I can't write a book or I can't write a poetry. I cannot do it. This kind of inferiority complex that we have developed. So in order to have a new worldview, we have to start to learn to love ourselves. It's very difficult to love yourself. Sometimes it's easier to love somebody else, but loving yourself is very difficult. So I would like to say that in our second trinity, we need to cultivate the soul qualities and love qualities. So soil and then a soul. But that is not also enough. We need to go one step further and we have to bring society into our trinity in order to make a holistic worldview. So society at the moment is very divided. We put labels on humans. You are black, you are white. You are Christian, you are Muslim. You are Hindu, you are Buddhist. You are European, you are non-European. You are American, you are Chinese. You are capitalist, you are communist. All these labels we put on people. And this way we divide. So division and separation is not only between nature and humans, but also there's a division and separation between humans and humans. So society is a term which I am using in order to show that we are one human community, one humanity. The moment we realize that before I am an Indian, before I am a Hindu, before I am any label I put on myself, I am a human being. You will be interested to know that when I was a young man, I traveled around the world and I traveled on foot. I walked 8,000 miles from India, from New Delhi to Moscow, to Paris, to London, to Washington, D.C. Of course, I went by boat from Southampton to New York, but then from New York to Washington, D.C. I walked 8,000 miles without any money in my pocket. And all that journey was done as a human being. If I was going like an Indian, I will meet a Pakistani or a Russian or a European or an American. If I go as a Hindu, I meet a Muslim or a Christian or a Buddhist or a Jew. But if I go as a human being, I meet a human being everywhere. So this one humanity, rising above our divisions, is a fundamental necessity of our time. At the moment, our society is so conflict-ridden that we are not able to live in peace and harmony, and therefore we are spending so much money, so many resources, so much talent, so much technology, so much science, so much time on armaments and nuclear weapons and military forces. So I would like to see a peaceful world, and that peaceful world can be created if we have a sense of unity of humanity. So this way, soil, soul and society, this is a new trinity for our time. If we can have this new worldview, united and holistic worldview, then I think we can make a real transmutation. And that transmutation is necessary because particularly the business leaders, and many of you are in this conference involved in the business world, I would like to see the business being the change, business being the leaders of this transmutation and bringing about a change which can make the world a better place. At this moment, particularly, we are faced with climate change and global warming. Now, climate change is going to be even a greater challenge than what we have just gone through, the COVID-19 crisis, the coronavirus crisis. And this time, the whole world united to face the crisis. And we somehow managed to create a new way of dealing with it. So in the same way, when we are faced with the climate change and global warming, we have to unite together on this principle of soil, soul and society. If humanity can come together and find a new way of dealing with climate change and reducing our impact, our carbon impact and carbon emission in this planet Earth, then we can face the challenge of climate crisis and global warming and create a new worldview where humanity can live at ease with itself. And altogether, there is not any shortage in the world. Nature is abundant. I'm sitting by this apple tree. Just look at this apple tree. One tiny seed was planted in the ground. And after 10 years, this tiny seed is giving me thousands of apples. Not for 1 year, but year after year after year. This tree may last for 20, 30, 50 years. From that one seed, this is the miracle of life. This is the miracle of nature. We have to celebrate nature, and we have to celebrate the biodiversity of nature, and we have to celebrate the cultural diversity of society. So if we can celebrate biodiversity and cultural diversity and a spiritual diversity and a truth diversity, then I think we can really and truly and sincerely and authentically embark upon the journey of great transmutation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As a business leader myself, can you tell me how I can immediately in my business bring these three ideas of soil, soul, society into my business practice every day?
Yes. Whenever you do any product or you are making a product, then you have to think, what will be the impact of this product on nature? If it is going to enhance nature, celebrate nature, and regenerate nature, then it is a good product. So regenerative economy is the good economy. Then you have to think that what my product going to do and how it is going to impact on my soul, on human soul, on human spirit? Is it going to enhance the human values and human qualities of love and compassion and relationship and harmony or not? If it is going to enhance those qualities, then it is a good product. If it is not going to enhance that, then it is not a good product. And then you have to think how my product is going to impact on human community. Is it going to exploit human beings? Sometimes we get very nicely made clothes, fashionable clothes made in Vietnam or Bangladesh or China. How they are made. What is the working conditions of those people? If we can think of those ideas, then our product can be regenerative and harmonious and can embrace the trinity of soil, soul, and society. At the moment, we have made nature as an instrument and also human beings as an instrument of production and consumption. So production and consumption has become the end goal of business. I would like, in this context of new trinity, to change that and say production and consumption are means to an end, and the end is human well-being and well-being of the planet Earth. But at the moment, if we make the goal, the end goal, the end of our end purpose of our production and our economy as a production and consumption, and human beings and nature become the means and the kind of instruments of making production and consumption, then we have got a wrong priority. So as a businessman, I would like you to think every day that is my product going to have a negative impact or a positive impact on soil, which means on nature, and on soul, which means on human spirit and human aspirations, and also on society, on human people and human community. If we can have this test, this kind of touchstone, that every action, every business decision must be to regenerate nature, regenerate human spirit, and regenerate human community, then a regenerative economy and regenerative culture can be in harmony with the new trinity of our time, which is soil, soul, and society.
Thank you.